successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful.
Live. What's happening?
It's the DanYo&Tita podcast, episode 43.
43.
We back. Get all that.
Yeah. Somebody need to turn their phone down.
Drop the bombs. Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Everybody gotta check their phone.
Yeah, we gotta check our phone, make sure the phones is there.
Dropping bombs. Hold
Yeah,
on.
man. I do wanna shout out. Who birthday was it, Tita, today? Brahma's birthday. You know, shout out to him.
Brahma.
Yep.
Legendary
Young man,
producer.
Happy birthday. He got them fire beats. Hit him up with them fire beats.
Fire.
Our
Always working.
number one fans here.
That's a really nice.
How you doing, David Burns? Is he in the building? Also shout out to Atlas and his wife had us on their date night challenge.
Already?
Yeah, it was last night at 6.
Did you
We
lose?
won at
You
25.
lost. What? You better have one.
Right? We won at yeah. I'm Daniel.
I'm Tita. Aisha.
I'm dipped to the lean.
And we got a special guest in the building. We have a legend in the building. Stop playing.
Come on, man.
Legend in the building. Respect it. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Locks.
Hey.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you, man?
Well, I'm great. I'm happy that you're here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. For real.
Definitely.
I appreciate it.
You do a lot in this game. It's only right that
Man.
we get you on here.
All the hats.
I thank you for saying yes very quickly.
Oh man, like I find it like people are like afraid to ask, and I'm like,
Right.
Nah, just ask. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm just like all y'all, like for real.
Right.
Like you hit me up, and like within 5 minutes, I was like, let's do it. When do I need to be
Right,
here?
right.
What time? Like, do I have to sleep outside? Like, do I have to like, eye scan to get in? You know?
Most definitely. You just many talents. You were a promotion director and marketing director and host over at 104.3 Mega and the 101.1 The Beat. You had the Robert Reason show.
Yeah.
You also you do goodness. Were you doing that at Phoenix College as well?
I teach music business at Phoenix College. Yes.
Goodness
Wow.
gracious.
Yeah.
And what do you do at iHeart? What the iHeart media thing was?
So it's a my journey has been a lot in radio.
Yes, sir.
My uncle, who was a longtime radio broadcaster in San Diego, he kind of he put the bug in me early. Like he taught me how to DJ at age 11,
Right.
and I knew I wanted to be in radio around that same time.
I see the interview. You say you've been around radio since like 11.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and in San Diego, like, Star 92.5 was like the only urban radio station in San Diego, and he was the program director. He did the morning show. Like, so I've been around radio for a long time, and I just knew that, music, I grew up in musical households. My mom played a lot of music. My dad and my stepmom, they played a lot of music. My uncles played. So I played a lot of instruments growing up. So it's just the path was always going to be leaning towards something musical.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So a lot of it is based in my radio career and starting in San Diego,
Yes.
and then moving here to Phoenix in November of 2000. Working at Power, and then working at Live, and then I left from Phoenix to San Diego at the end of 2017 to the beginning of 2019 and work at iHeart in San Diego.
Right. Goodness gracious.
And that was a great experience.
So I got you.
Yeah.
The work.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
I mean, it was a great experience, but I got fired. I got fired from there, and people don't necessarily want to talk about the things that happen when you lose a job, but I lost a job there, and it sucked, and it was something that emotionally was a setback, because you never want to. You never want to just,
Right.
get fired from a job like that. So, and I really would try to pride myself on doing really good work. So it was a blow to me, because, I didn't fulfill that for me.
Right.
So, now it's just kind of been pick up the pieces and keep it moving.
I know a lot of I love radio.
Yeah.
Love radio, and for me following radio, they say a lot of you don't become a legend until you get fired.
Listen, I told my uncle, like, I got fired from Live 115, and I called him, and he was the first person I called, and he was like, well, nephew, he's like, have you ever been fired from radio? I was like, no. He's like, how long have you been in radio? I was like, oh, at that time, I think it was like 12 years. He's like, man, you're lucky. He's like, congratulations. Welcome to the club.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, this won't be the first. This probably won't be the last.
Right.
But it took you 12 years to get here.
That's right.
Yeah. So it kind of put it in perspective.
That's great though. That's
Yeah.
you said 12 years, then
Right.
probably.
Yeah.
Shoot. All right.
I was fired all type times.
I got fired. I think one of my jobs I got fired the first month.
Right. First couple
But
of
that was
weeks.
my fault. I called in. You know what I'm saying? So how did you? I know you said you've been around radio.
Yeah.
Since you was 11. Like, what's the path you went through to get in the radio business?
So I was in San Diego, and I had just came back from Tuskegee University.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to San Diego. I was going to City College in San Diego, and then I was working at an allergy and asthma clinic in San Diego.
Wow.
And one of the account executives for this radio station called Q106, her name is Lisa D'Angelo. She came in, and they knew I liked radio, so they were like, yo, talk to her. Like, just keep us busy while the doctors do the rounds, but we have to talk to her about advertising.
Right.
So we kind of hit it off. She was like, I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to kind of, get my foot in radio. She's like, well, we do internships. So like literally the radio station is like 5 minutes away. Right. So I'll get you an application, bring it back, you fill it out, take it up there, and then see if you can get an internship.
Right.
And so I went, filled it out, and I got an internship. And then I interned for almost 3 years.
Wow.
2 years,
Wow.
2.5 years. Yeah. Before I got the part-time job. Because back then the internship laws weren't that strict. So you're talking like, this is 94. Yeah, 93, 94.
Yeah, interns weren't getting paid back then, right?
No,
yeah, they're getting paid now.
Yeah, you're getting paid now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just depends.
Right.
It's mainly college credit, as long as you're able to get college credit.
Okay.
But then there's some businesses that are like, we're going to even skip that and just pay you. So you can't say, oh well, I worked these so many hours and I didn't get paid for it.
Okay.
So yeah, I interned for 2.5 years, and then I got part-time, and that's how I got my foot in the door. I worked at Q106, and that was legendary time. And that was when radio, top 40 radio was truly top 40 radio.
Exactly, yeah,
anything that was on the charts, that was in the top 40 was getting played on the radio station.
Yes, sir.
So if it was a country song in the top 40, guess what? Your station is playing a country song, as well as the other New Kids on the Block and Stevie B and whatever other songs were hot at the moment in 1993, 94.
Yeah, it's that I remember the 90s was, you had to be on the radio. It's like you were listening to the radio like crazy in the 90s.
Yeah, the radio outside of the television was the medium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no social media. There's no you have the beginnings of semblance of somewhat the internet, but not really at that point in time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the radio was the way.
Yes, it was. I told you, I tell the story all the time. When I was a kid, I used to have the cassette tapes, put the little tissue in there,
Yeah.
and record songs, and then I'll stop the song and talk in between it like I had a radio show. So
That's
it was that was my thing right there.
That's all putting that in the universe and grooming yourself. Seriously, that's what it was. You might not have thought about it then, but now you were setting yourself up to get to this point.
Exactly. Yes, sir. That's it's kind of funny now. It's kind of funny now. Yes, sir. So when did you get to the point of going to like Power and 101.1 and all that?
So I was working at Magic 92.5, which was kind of like how Mega 104.3 was, playing old school. And then you make friends and relationships along the way, and that's like the most important part that people really don't talk about, is the making of relationships and the keeping of those relationships. So I met a pivotal guy in my life. His name is Manchai. He's like the marketing. I call him the marketing Yoda. And Manchai worked at the hip hop station, which was Jam and Z90 in San Diego.
Wow.
I worked at Q106. We were kind of rivals, but we weren't. They had a clear hate for us, and we kind of had a hate for them because we would antagonize each other.
Right.
And back in the days, it was like, you know, with promotion crews, it could be on site. Like people don't even like know about the old promotion wars, like stickering up vans and like banana in the tailpipe. Like, no joke, but that has happened. But like back in the days of radio, it was pretty gangster. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like it was like complete gangs, but like we would go out of our way to antagonize each other promotionally on the streets.
Right.
So, but I made friends with Manchai. He was the promotion director. He was really cool, and we just kept in touch over the years. And then I was working at Magic, and this was in 2000.
2000.
Yeah, and he hit me up and was like, "Hey, I'm at a radio station here in Phoenix. I'm at K Light and Power 92. I'm the marketing director there. I know you're a hip hop kid through and through. This is a true hip hop station. You'll love it here. If there's an opening, like I'll hit you up and let you know." And then I didn't hear anything for a while, probably almost a year.
A year?
Yeah, this was like
a long way.
Yeah, this was late '99, and then into 2000, he called and was like, "Hey, I have a coordinator position that's probably going to open up." He's like, "I'll let you know." And then another month came by. He's like, "Yeah, all right. The position has been posted. Officially apply for it online." I did that. Had the interviews. I went through a lot of interviews. Like he didn't treat me any differently than anybody else.
Went through the process.
I went through the process of phone interviews. I did 2 phone interviews, and then I flew out there and I met Marv Niren, and I met Mark Waters and Bruce St. James and Charlie Wedo. And then, you know, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna hire you to be the promotions coordinator." And so I packed up my stuff.
I'm sorry, I got to give you one.
So I packed up my stuff, being a hometown kid from San Diego and really only knowing Manchai here in Arizona, was like, I gotta, you know, at first I was not gonna do it. Like my friend and my dad and a couple of other, you know, my close people were like, "You can always come back, go." Right. So then I was like, all right, I'm going. And I packed up my stuff, and me and my mom literally drove out in a U-Haul with all of my stuff. And I remember we got to Arizona and we put on Power 92.3 and Snake was on, Super Snake was on, and they were playing Eminem Stan. Yeah, which was cool. And that like just affirmed to me like, all right, I'm at the right station. Right. Yeah, because they're playing Stan right now. Stan, like, you can run away from that song at that point in time. So so yeah, I find a place, and then, you know, I didn't come back. I didn't move back. I moved back in 2017.
Oh, 2017.
That's when I moved back to San Diego. Okay. Yeah, I've been here in Arizona for a long time now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's how I got into Power. And then, you know, I was doing promotions coordinator, and of course, me being you know, a lover of hip hop and appreciating hip hop radio shows. You know, Friday Night Flavors was on. It was the Fab Five. It was Chino, Little Sean, Squeak Boog, DJ Robbie Rob, and Fashion. And, you know, the first day on the job, I'm wearing like 555 Soul, and, you know, Little Sean is the first person who sees me because they're having a staff meeting, and he goes, "Who are you?" I was like, "My name is Matt." He's like, "You're good. You're wearing 555 Soul." He's a hip hop kid. He's a hip hop. He's a hip hop kid. He's good. And I would just go home and listen to them, because I would get off work at like 7, go home, practice a little bit DJing, and then like they would come on at midnight.
You killing the DJ sets. Don't play.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that, man. So I just grew up. I just listened to them like I listened to some of the other hip hop shows that I respected and got tapes of over the years, the Wake Up Show and Friday Night Flavors in LA with the Baker Boys.
Wow.
And you know, I guess I was setting myself up to put it in the universe, because I was always like, man, I would love to be a part of an underground hip hop show. Like, you know, growing up listening to Stretch and Bob, getting tapes from my friend who lived in New York in '95. Like, I would send him like 40 packs of cassettes, and he would dub all these shows, Bobby Condors and Pete Rock and Marley Marl. He would record Mr. C. He would record Stretch and Bob. He would record all of these shows, Awesome too, and then send them back to me. And then that was like, you know, my listening for the week. Wow. or for the month, or whatever. I got more tapes. Right. And then I would go to my dad's house and record Friday Night Flavors because I would get LA signals at my dad's house really, really well. So I would record Friday Night Flavors every Friday night on Power 106. And then the Wake Up Show would come on Saturday nights on the Beat in LA. So I record those and I would just be circulating tapes and listening. And I guess that's, the universe. I was just putting that out in the universe.
Wow.
Like I always wanted to be a part of those. And then, fast forward to being here in Phoenix, and Chino was just like, yeah, just come up to the show. I mean, you work here. You work here. So like, just come up. just come up and hang out with us. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
So I started coming up and hanging out and answering phones and like doing stuff like that because I wasn't just gonna come and hang out. Like I was like, I gotta earn my keep. Yeah. So I started answering phones and make sure we got the request and stuff like that. And then Chino's like, you DJ, you got records.
Yeah.
He's like, just one day, just bring a bag of joints. Like just. Bring a bag up. And then like literally I did that. He's like, you got records? He's like, oh great, because Robbie's not going to be here, so you're going to do the next hour.
Perfect timing.
Oh man. He set that up so smooth, right? So like I went in and did that, and then I was just a part of the show. And then that was like every Friday night, being a part of the show, and transitioning on from Chino and Sean moving to Kiss, and then we didn't have a show for a minute, and we brought the show back. It wasn't very long, but then it was, me and Double A, and Squeak, of course, and Robbie and Fashion, and then we kind of just evolved over time. Fashion got moved to LA, did big things. One of our it's funny because in this like DJ Bonds is like I live out here, but he was Mystic's DJ, so we brought Mystic up, and he was with her, and we just hit it off, and I knew a little bit of who he was because of his Elements, because he did one of the dope LA hip hop nights post Good Life called Elements, and then he DJ'd for Quality, and he's done a lot in hip hop, and like he's like, I live out here, and I was like, well, come be a part of the show. Right. So he was a part of the show. It was Robbie and Bonds, and Fash would come up when he could to do some, but it evolved from all of that, and we had a great run, and it was fun. It wasn't even when we were on 1 to 4 a.m. 1 to 4 a.m. we didn't care. We didn't care. We did 1 to 4 a.m. for a long time. Wow. And then they gave us finally like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And that was like, all right.
Even though you were doing
9 to 1.
I know. Even though you were doing the with the 1 to 4, did you still feel you're on radio? We all. I mean, if you were to talk to all of us, we all didn't care. We didn't care if we were on from 3 to 6 a.m. Yeah.
We didn't care. We were like, oh, we got our spot. We're gonna claim it. Guess what? We're hip hop kids. We'll stay up late, play Madden, and listen to you. Yeah. And after the club, like whatever. Like we had a lot of people that would check for us, and we didn't really feel like, oh, we're on like overnights at that point in time. It wasn't even that. It was like, no, we're gonna get like every week we're gonna have 4 hours of the dopest stuff that you never heard before on the radio station, and you're gonna love it. Right. So that was like the mind state.
Yeah, see, because you a hip hop head too, so
for sure.
that's why I like you, because you're not like, I feel like nowadays, radio hosts or DJs or personalities, they're not really, the new era is not really hip hop heads. They don't know the history of the beginnings of it, and you talk to them, they don't know what they're talking about. So
there are some.
I feel like the history of hip hop. Mr. Cross in the building.
Yeah.
And then you also know what's going on now, so you know everything of the hip hop culture. Yeah,
you if you love hip hop, I mean, I like to say I listen to hip hop differently. I absorb so much music. Like I listen to a lot of music, probably more than the average.
Right.
And I'm all right with that. But that's just the years of like my Friday nights or this. I would go in at 9 to Power, work 9 to like 7, go home, get something to eat, and then I would be at home scouring the net to clean dope records because none of them were clean. Right. So I had to spend that time from like 8:30 to 11:45 or 12 cleaning records every Friday night. Wow. Like cleaning them manually, making sure there's no cuss words,
Yeah,
because
that's
Bruce
crazy.
would take our show off the
Yeah.
air.
Right.
And when you're first chair, that responsibility falls on you.
Wow.
Even with the DJs, when we would get clean records and they would be labeled clean, and we play them and there would be cuss words, like we had to jumble drop, do the dump
Yeah.
button, like that stuff all falls on the first chair. So you know, I always made it a point to make sure that at least the music that we put out was super clean and it was dope. Like I would be scouring the net, like literally LimeWire, MySpace. We're talking MySpace days. I would hit up all kinds of artists on MySpace. They'd send me stuff, but it would be dirty, and I would have to clean it. I would clean it on audition. I got really, really good on audition, like, and I was zooming through tracks, and I would clean probably. And then Squeak is the Jedi level of cleaning records.
Right.
Wow.
We put him to the test. Like he would clean. We would have one song, and I'd be like, "Yeah, we have a world premiere coming up next." And while the song before our world premiere is about to be on, he's in the studio cleaning that record.
Wow.
And then he would have it as soon as that song fades out. He'd be like, "All right, it's in the system."
Wow.
And
Already.
3.5 minutes, he could clean a whole song.
That's crazy.
Goodness.
Yeah, he's Jedi level.
Yeah, that's
man.
Jedi level, right?
Squeak is the glue to Friday Night Flavors. He's the absolute glue and catalyst. Like he's more of a hip hop head than I am.
Wow. See?
Yeah, and
Gets deeper.
he's he's so like Jedi when it came to cleaning records and getting interviews and cleaning up the interviews, and like even when it was pressed for time, like he would make it magic and make it happen.
So how did you come up with Rhyme and Reason?
So I got marketing and promotions director for Live 115. Actually, back then it was called 115 Jams.
Jams, okay.
And Mark Waters, you know, said it's time for you to be the marketing promotions director. So I'm going to give you a shot. So I left Power, which was a hard decision for me,
Right.
because you know Power was home for me. Like I was family. Like you know, honestly, there's been very few places where we were lucky, man. Like that stretch that we worked at Power, like I think if Power didn't get bought out or didn't get sold, I think we would have, a lot of us would maybe still be there. I mean, like Dion is still there, but like I think a majority of us would still be in there or are gone off to do really, really bigger things, because I worked there for almost 8 years and it never felt like work. It was just like, I was like, all right, you can wear whatever you want to wear. Bruce is gonna play me songs, and if I hate him, he's gonna put them on immediately because I'm a hip hop kid.
Right.
Like we play video games, but we were all in the right seats of the bus, and we got that station so fine tuned that it was, you know, it was enjoyable to work there. So it was hard for me to actually leave.
Wow.
And then, you know, I was making sure that Squeak would still have the show after I left, and it was tough. It was tough to leave, but I decided like I need to try and grow my professional career, because I always was very aware, like, all right, the radio show is the radio show.
Right.
And while that is awesome, that's not paying my bills. I'm not getting paid. I never got any money from doing Friday Night Flavors or Rhyme and Reason.
Really?
Wow. My whole time.
What?
I did it for the love. That was
that's
the love of doing that, and doing that show was greater than a check.
Yeah, man. That's what we were talking about with someone else, man, who we know worked for free and was kind of upset about the situation. We thought that was normal. I thought for myself it's pretty normal.
I know. I heard of it. I just didn't know. Like, how long were you doing?
So I did Friday Night Flavors for 7 years.
And never got a check for that?
No, I was getting paid as a promotions. I was getting paid as a promotions coordinator. I was doing my day job. So my my thought is I have to keep growing my professional career and getting the opportunity to do the promotion and actually graduate from being a promotions coordinator to a marketing or promotions director.
But you were already in though.
So My mind state was like I have to keep growing myself as a marketer.
Okay.
And if I can keep doing the show, that's great too.
Right.
Okay.
So I left and went over to 101.5 Jams, and then worked with Dennis Martinez. And Dennis Martinez, like Bruce St. James, understood the specialty shows, especially underground hip hop shows. He understood like that's we could carve out a special place for that. It's not going to affect the radio station because it's a specialty show.
Right.
And I give kudos to Bruce St. James because he worked at Power 106, so he knew how Friday Night Flavors, how impactful that show was. So that's why, you know, Mikey on the mic and Double A Ron and Little Sean, all the iterations of that Friday Night Flavors show, Karina, all the iterations of that show were on because Bruce was very aware that specialty shows mattered.
Yeah, they do.
And it was good to change up the vibe of a radio station for 4 hours or 2 hours or whatever it is. It's not going to kill your radio station.
Yeah.
So, you know, Dennis Martinez was like, yeah, we'll give you a shot. And then, you know, I made a really good friendship and a brotherhood with Rock. Rock would come up with the Society of the Invisibles all the time. I would have them up, and then we would just talk hip hop, and then we just became brothers. And I just was like, you know, if I'm gonna reboot this show, I can't get Squeak. He's still at Power, so we started the show. It was Rock, myself, DJ Element, and you know, and then Bonds would come in from time to time, but because he was a free agent, he wasn't hired. So, but yeah, that was the core of the show. And I think I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, I'm getting old. But that was the core of the show. And we started March 9th. That was March 9th, 2009.
Wow.
That we started Rhyme and Reason. And the reason why we called it Rhyme and Reason was the movie, the documentary.
Okay.
The documentary. So we were like, yeah, that's a dope name. It's called Rhyme and Reason.
The hip-hop head.
Yeah, me being the hip hop head. Yeah,
that's a dope movie.
most rap documentaries, I've seen them.
So
yeah, Rhyme and Reason, that's the way we came up with the name. And you know, we thought it was dope and it stuck. And we did Rhyme and Reason for a while. For, you know, it moved from live when I got fired from live. It moved to 101.1 The Beat. Ramses Jaw was very instrumental in championing that we keep that show on the air and put it on the air. So I'm working at The Beat, so come put it on The Beat. Right. So, and we did The Beat for a long time, and it was home on The Beat for the run of Rhyme and Reason was 10 years. I did 8 years of Friday Night Flavors, and then 10 years with Rhyme and Reason on live and on The Beat.
Right. Wow. See. Did you play mainstream and independent records?
Yeah, we played local records like way early.
Wow.
We had a segment on Friday Night Flavors called Homegrown. Well, I carved out 30 minutes because like 602 Streets was popping back then.
Right.
Yeah. 602. So they would kind of not shade us, but they would.
Right.
Like, yo, like we have a hip hop show. They don't even play anybody local. I was like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna carve out 30 minutes of this, and like send in your music.
Right.
And if it's not hot garbage, we're gonna play it.
Right.
I got some. I think a lot of the locals at that time were super intimidated. But I got some and I played it, and we stuck with it for a long time.
Right.
And you know, I'm not saying it as, you know, I need to pat my back, but like that was, you know, that was an important piece of the local movement, getting songs played on the radio. You know, and that was a spoke in that wheel of the movement of local cats getting placement, getting songs on the radio. And yeah, it was, I always made it a point to have everybody that was here in the town. I'm not from here. I'm a guest here.
Right.
So you know, learning the history.
How long you been out here?
You're not a guest no more.
But when I got here, I was like, I'm a guest here. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm a guest here, so I have to learn the OGs. I have to learn, you know, who is who and what. You know, iRock. I met iRock, met Magic. You know, started Buki, Survivalist. Started going down the line of like going finding out who was who and what was what and how you know, the OGs and how the scene evolved here in Arizona. So yeah, I always made it a point to have all the cats up. You know, for our 6-year anniversary, we had everybody.
Right.
Our 6-year anniversary, we had everybody who was rapping at that time that was doing something pretty big. We had on the air to Rhyme Time. Okay. So we have 4 hours of guests coming in, freestyling on a song, switch them out.
Wow.
And you know, that was important too. Like, we always wanted to make sure that that locals felt like they could come up and promote their music and play their music.
Yeah.
So was the show going on at the same time that the Beat Locker, the Poker Face was going? Or
Yeah, absolutely. The last 2 years of the show, I would be on Fridays, Poke would be on Sundays.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
okay.
And Poke was a part of our show. Poke evolved into being one of the guests and being one of our chairs on Friday Night Flavors. So, and that's where he got outside of doing his weekend shifts and doing his on-air shifts. That's where he was able to craft the voice and get it all together, and being part of our show now. Understanding how the Beat Locker should work and roll.
Right. See,
man.
I like that.
Veteran DJ now.
I call him the mayor. He's always been super gracious, and that's a brother too. And we have always had a great relationship. And he comes and talks to my class. He's always very gracious with his time, and he has a great story. And usually the kids are like, "Whoa."
Yeah. And we have respect for Poke over here. He had us on the show. And, He definitely showed respect to us and came on.
Absolutely.
And so we definitely showed respect to the man.
We supported him and he supported us over
Definitely.
here. So.
Yeah.
That's all about supporting each other.
Yep, absolutely.
I do want to roll into the Phoenix College.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you get into that situation?
So I was at Power. Oh no, I was at Power. No, I was not Power. I was doing Mega the Beat, and Carly Hustle was teaching the class.
Okay.
IROC was kind of really busy. He could not teach the class. He let Carly. He was like, Carly, you're going to teach the class. So Carly was teaching the class, and Carly got the call to go to Hot 97.
Okay.
So she called me and was like, hey. Let's meet. I want to talk to you about some things. So I think we met at Lux. I can't remember. We met somewhere, and
Lux.
And she was like, so you know that I'm moving to New York to do a Hot 97 thing.
That's crazy.
She's like, but I'm teaching the music business class. But here's the book. Here is my notes. Here's all of this stuff. Read the book. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, ask away. Like, we can meet as many times as you want before I get the U-Haul ready and go to New York. But here's everything. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, no, you're going to teach the class. And I was like, I am. She's like, yes. Like she had 1,000% all the faith that I could teach the class and teach the class effectively. She's like, look, you teach the promo kids and you teach the interns already. You already are in teacher like already. Right. And she's like, about the industry. You're very aware of it. Like, go teach this class. So she didn't allow me to say no. And I honestly thank her for that, because me being a Libra, I would have thought my way out of it. I would have been like, I don't know about that. Like, if she would have led, so are you interested in teaching? I would have found a way to overthink my way out of teaching that. And so she deaded all of that and was like, here's the book, here's everything.
You're gonna do
it. Right? Yeah, you're going to be great at this. And she did one better. She's like, I talked to Carl, the music chair. He's very excited for you, and he's already good. He's already good.
You're already on that.
Yeah. So I couldn't. She gave me no rooms to say no. But I honestly really appreciate her doing that, because that has become like one of the big joys of my life is doing the music business class and teaching the kids that have come through, and like I see them having their own studios and like producing their own music, and like just walking away with some we don't get into like the super brass tacks of like everything, but walking away with a general knowledge of like, okay, I understand how the game works. Because that's my class. I'm giving you the broad instructions of how the game works. Right. So at least you're walking out more informed and prepared than you were coming in.
Wow.
So, and that's how I got the job. She didn't allow me to say no. I met with Carl Schindler, who was the music chair at that time. Now he's the department chair. I met with him. We had about a 20-minute conversation, and he was like, all right, we're good to go. And that's how I got the job. And it's been off and on now for 8.5 years now.
So what exactly do you teach? You teach how to use the machines and how to
So I teach 2 sections of music business. So 109 is contract law, copyright law.
Okay.
So we get into the brass tacks of like what a record contract looks like.
Okay.
And why you should have a lawyer. Okay. Because if you don't have a lawyer and you read this contract, your head will spin.
Okay.
Because it's a whole other language. Yeah. So we talk about owning your copyright, what people complain about when they sign faulty contracts and stuff like that. We get into the real business side of the industry in 109. And then 110 is more of the other avenues and other jobs that you can still be in the industry. Okay. That is not a rapper, producer, singer. Right. We talk about radio. We talk about concert promotions. Okay. We talk about unions and guilds. We talk about arts. We talk about a lot of things that are jobs outside of your normal rapper, singer, producer roles, that you could still be in the industry, make a lot of money, and be super incognito. Right. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So those are the 2 sides of the course. It's a day class and for 2 days, and then 1 night class at night.
Wow.
So you being in the radio business for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's shows like podcasts now.
Yeah.
And so, what do you feel about that little transition where people are having podcasts now and from the radio business, from the radio shows and all that?
Podcast is just an extension, and it's an extension of radio. Like, people want to write radio off, and you can never write radio off.
Right.
And why? Why can't you write radio off? Because we as Americans are cheap.
Yeah.
And what is radio?
Free.
Absolutely. We complain about paying $2.99 a month for Pandora. Right? They're like $2.99 for Pandora.
I'm not paying it.
I will. Hey, the commercials. I'll go through the 3 commercials to get back to the songs. Right.
Right.
So Americans, we are cheap. We want the clearest, cheapest way to. So radio is always going to be free. So it's always going to be around. Where you think of okay. So how many people in the room have satellite radio right now?
Oh, I ain't dealing with that.
One person. One person has. And he has money, so he can have the satellite. Right. It makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Croft, you got satellite?
Yeah. So I poll people about that, like, who has satellite radio. I used to be a satellite, but I got it because my car had it, and then I finagled them to give me 2 years for free.
Right. Once it was time to pay, it was like,
I paid like 1 more year because I had homies that were doing shows, like Green Lantern was doing his Monday night show.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to Cannon and Drama doing their Gangsta Grills, Affiliates Radio on Friday. Like I love the shows that were on Shade 45. I like Shade 45. But I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna pay for it. After the 3rd year, I was like, yeah, no. there's other things.
I like Rude Juice show.
Rude Jude. Yeah, Lord Sid All Out
How
show.
do you listen to it?
The YouTube.
Yeah. So even those shows now have extensions where you can listen to it for free.
Yeah.
So I'm a big advocate for radio's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, more people are listening to radio now than ever before.
Really?
Just because of the sheer fear. The kids, kids run the radio stations. We have a ton of top 40 radio stations here in Arizona. Why? Because we have a lot of kids that are listening to everything that's pop right now.
Right, that's true.
And radio stations are for-profit businesses.
Yes.
Listen, so the radio station's goal is to find a lane with a demo that is agreeable and play that music and get as many people to listen to it as possible, and then sell it and get all that money.
Yep.
So I think people kind of forget that too. Like, all right, it's a for-profit business.
The independent rappers out here in Arizona need to understand that the radio station's looking for a profit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that
because they're trying to get on radio and they're getting mad because they're not getting the spins.
Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, like I would tell any artist, like, just work. Continue to put out music, to continue to grow your fan base, continue to develop and grow your catalog. Because when that one hit hits, then it will all make sense. And when that one hit hits, don't worry, radio will be there.
Right.
They'll find it. They'll find you. Like you may not be on anybody's radar, but if you make a hit and you're starting to get the city moving and people are playing your songs and you're maybe getting spins or you're getting love from DJs outside, because that's what it is. It takes that sometimes for other cities to go, yo, this song is really good, and start spinning it. And guess what? PD's here. They get the same. They have the same program. They can see what songs are getting spun, and they can look and go, oh, this is a local guy. He's getting spins in New York. He's getting spins in Texas. He's getting spins in Idaho. Like, wow. All right. Well, we may need to start playing his record, but as local artists, just worry about putting out your music, growing your music, evolving your music, whatever lane that you're in, evolving your music to make sure it's good. Like a lot of the ones that scream the loudest about not getting any radio play are the ones that have the worst music
ever.
The worst music ever.
Yeah, man.
Right.
And Russ made a great point when he's on with Joe Budden. He's like, I had 300 songs on SoundCloud before Losing Control hit.
Yeah.
300.
Wow.
So you think that people like Losing Control, right? They hear that song, and then guess what? They go back and listen to all my old stuff.
Yeah.
Because I had catalog. And he hadn't gotten any radio play until then anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was that one thing. Like, and you can take that principle as a local artist and do the same thing.
Yeah,
keep evolving your fan base. Keep putting out music consistently.
Right.
We are in a digital cycle now where there's no cycles.
Yeah.
It is just content. Find creative ways to put out your content. Find creative ways to put out your songs, your videos. Put them out consistently, and you can grow your fan base.
I wanted to talk to you.
That's real.
It is. It's facts. There's a lot of artists do complain over it.
Yeah, and those are the ones
Radio.
that have trash songs.
They
Right.
suck, man.
He said they suck.
They have trash songs. The ones that complain the loudest typically have the trashiest songs.
They need to
Yeah.
come sit over here with me.
Talking about me.
Retire.
I'm retired gang. Retired gang over here.
Hang them up.
For real. I wanted to talk to you about I seen you post on IG that you're gonna be on the show.
Yeah.
You say you had some conspiracy theories.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I put LOL, because I really don't. I mean,
What's your conspiracy theory?
Listen, if they can use weather as a weapon,
Right.
Do you think that they can use viruses?
You're not talking about HARP, are you?
Yes, I'm talking about HARP. You know what I'm talking about.
No, bro.
You don't know? You're not sold on HARP?
Nah, I'm not sold on
You're
that
not sold on HARP?
Nah.
I'm sold on it.
I'm sold on it.
I'm sold on it.
Okay,
This
so
is not.
so
You can't convince this man.
So the government just showed us like diehard proof of aliens, and like nobody cares now because
That's
everybody's
not
worried
really
about being
proof,
sick.
though. It's not really proof that was an alien.
I told you.
Right?
Go ahead, Dip.
It's not proof that was a fucking alien, man.
That was an alien, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
man.
can all assume it was an alien. But we didn't see the motherfucker.
Right.
It could have been a Japanese with some new
yeah,
shit that they was testing out.
Right,
We don't know.
That was doing moves, man. Never existed.
Right. They just invented that shit last year. We ain't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Area 51 be popping. Area 51 pop locking. Right?
I'm just saying we don't know. We can't 100% it. Definitely it's weird. Definitely the army's like, what
Yeah.
the hell? I'm definitely like, what the hell also. But
Until
we can't
the
say.
cloud moves and you see the ship coming above the city,
Hey,
then
man,
you're gonna
me
believe, right?
myself, I'm a huge skeptic, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to talk to the alien. I'm gonna have to he got to show me his ID. We're gonna talk about his grandparents. I gotta know everything before I believe.
Where you
this
live? Where
motherfucker alien.
exactly you are from?
Right? Because I'm like, you from like New Jersey or some shit, but you ain't from.
It would be us and be like, where you from?
Right.
Where you from, huh?
Where are you from?
Where you from at?
Right?
What hood you rap?
Yeah, where who you rep? I never heard of that before. Take me there.
I'm definitely a skeptic.
Okay.
Right.
No, I mean conspiracy. There are. I mean, believe half of what you read and even less than what you see and hear. Like, that's how I believe. I there's always, weird, interesting facts about stories, and that's in the industry and that's in government and that's they can't tell us all the stuff. We would lose our we went crazy and took all the toilet paper over a virus. We took all the toilet paper and all the paper towels over a virus.
I heard there was
Still
something.
no toilet paper.
There's still no toilet paper on the shelf.
I heard there's something behind that. I'm not gonna go into that right now.
Are you conspiracy?
What's
All right,
behind
come
that?
on. What's behind it?
China behind it.
China's
Okay.
behind it. China.
I heard because stack the shelves. You know, it's big. You know what I'm saying? They don't stack the shelves.
They're doing it on purpose.
Right.
They're not something like that. Yeah.
They're holding back on.
Well,
stuff.
there are.
If you actually go to my job, they're not on the shelf because there's some in the back. You know what I'm saying? People.
But they're trying to ration it because people were going crazy and buying 20, 30, 40.
All the doomsday preppers.
And buying all of it. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
you gotta try to ration it off and make sure people are not buying them.
I'll correct.
They should have
reason-
did faster.
I feel like there's a reason why the shelves were.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on the doomsday preppers. All the doomsday preppers are laughing at us, but all of the people, all of the nanas and the tatas that watched the news and bought into it. They bought 8 jumbo packs of toilet paper, 19 packs of paper towels. Right. Like those are the people making it hard for people like us that just are like, I'm gonna get what we need, and and can't find aloe vera, we can't find alcohol, we can't find paper towels over a virus.
But you should know another thing that this should wake us up to. I know everybody we talk about all the conspiracies, but really, this should make us realize how fragile this system is.
Oh, for sure.
And how fragile the complex of America is.
Oh, come
how
on, man.
fast it can fall apart and how fast we can become a second, third world country. Fast.
Listen. China and Japan are clearly they know without a doubt they're faster, they're better, they're smarter. Their economic systems are more efficient and better than the United States.
It is.
So what do? When you have countries that are like, I thought you were supposed to be leader of the free world. We're smarter and more efficient, and our economic systems are better than yours because you guys can't get it together.
Right. Well, I mean, when it comes, like I say all the time, though, with the Asian countries, they have a little more control over their people because of the freedoms that we have.
For sure.
They have more control and
absolutely
can control the
narratives.
Right, they control the narratives
absolutely.
And they control their economy a lot better than we could.
Yeah.
Because of the freedoms that we have the freedoms to say, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
so it kind of
absolutely.
it hurts us and it helps us in a way in certain situations. But situations like this, it hurts us bad because people are just like,
we buy toilet paper for a virus. Instead of worrying about building up our immune systems,
right,
and like getting high doses of vitamin C, eating fruits and vegetables, some
some
turmeric, ginger. I'm telling y'all, I drink every morning. I drink turmeric, ginger, garlic, lemon, and honey tea every morning.
I'm telling you,
every morning.
The spice shelves are completely packed.
Yeah, listen, you go into the grocery store right now, you cannot find toilet paper, you cannot find paper towels, you can't find aloe vera, you can't find alcohol. Plenty of vegetables, plenty of spices. They're all there. I mean, can't find pasta.
Can't find rice.
Right. But there's plenty of vegetables there that can keep you going and keep you really, really healthy. They're stocked.
Yep.
Fully stocked.
The
produce section is like pyramid.
People are ignoring the produce. They're putting stuff on like 3 for $1 sale because it's not moving.
All the canned food is just gone.
Yeah,
because people are like, well, if we have to have to have stuff for a long time, we got to buy perishables, things that's going to stay a long time, canned goods, box goods, things like that you're going to keep instead of getting something that you're going to have to run back to the store and get back and get, which is fresh vegetables, which is the best thing for us. But
that's just not the thought, though.
But see, people can take fresh produce,
speak on it,
and can it themselves.
Speak on it.
Instead of having to have all those preservatives and additives.
I hate
louder for the people in the back. Louder for the people in the back.
Man, I hate canned goods. I hate them.
We talked about what's up with you? How you not like some canned goods?
Look, dude, if it's a zombie apocalypse and I'm dead.
You're not gonna eat you a can of pork and beans.
Man, we better get just a garden,
you
man.
A can of refried beans, put some jalapenos in them joints.
Refried beans.
You ate some before.
It's okay.
Hey, Dick ate some refried beans. Didn't even know they were refried beans.
Man, did I not? What I say, babe?
Oh, you loved
it.
You loved it.
It was good. No,
You
they was cool.
frowned.
Refried beans and stuff like that is okay.
Vegetables in it.
But that's okay because those things, you know, the taste of. I'm talking about vegetables.
We gonna sneak in some canned corn to dip.
Nope. That won't work.
No, you won't.
Ain't gonna work.
It won't work with him because it won't work with you.
It will
Oh,
not work. I'm
You know
telling
what
you.
No.
I have made
So
chili
yeah, add a little salt and pepper to it, you good to go.
You could put corn in something, and I'll be like, that was canned corn.
Yeah, we
man.
know that. You know what's
Wow.
canned corn though.
Yeah, like
I've made chili. I've made
Yeah.
all types of things in a crock pot, and I've used a can of corn.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You put canned corn in that shit, didn't you?"
We gonna. I'm gonna ask you one more question, then we get into a game with you.
Oh shit.
I see. right. You don't know about that. I see you got, being in the radio business. You take a picture with a lot of celebrities and stuff, and I know you have a relationship with Greenland.
Yeah.
How did you build that relationship? I know you got that Rocky project too. So
So at live at 1015 Jams, I was doing Rhyme and Reason, and Green, I hit Green up, or we ended up talking, and then he told me like, yeah, I live here in Arizona. Like I'm like, shut the front door. You live here,
right?
He's like, yeah, I live here. So just come to the station and let's do an interview.
Yeah.
And so he came up, we chopped it up, and after that we just continued talking and staying in touch.
That's dope.
This was the time while he was still doing Sirius, so he would be here and then have to fly out to New York. He would stay a couple days in New York, do the Monday night Sirius show, and then fly back to Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he was doing stuff with Jay at that point in time too. And he was doing a lot of production stuff, which he's still doing to this day.
Yeah.
And of course, like he was doing stuff with Nas.
Wow.
Right.
And we just it's more than music. It's literally like, we'll call up and we just talk about life, talk about the family, talk about all the other stuff, and we definitely do get into the music because he has so much heat that, like, if you were to hear it, it was just so. It's like, wow, you have that. He has a lot of that. He should just have a folder that says, you have that?
Man, yeah.
'Cause
I know you got some.
He's got some shit. He's got some shit over the years accumulated that he can never ever put out.
I heard he got some J stuff too.
He's got some J stuff. Yeah, him and Memphis Bleak were on yesterday, and they got a whole mixtapes full of stuff that they can never put out. Like, but yeah, like
send to me real quick.
no, he would never do that. He would never do that.
Man.
Yeah,
No,
but that's just.
yeah.
But he's just become a really really good friend, and
That's dope.
and yeah, over the course of the years, you just start to realize that people hide out here.
Yeah.
Same with DMX.
DMX was
Yeah.
here.
Didn't know I had heard that he was living here or here a lot. We were on the air one night. Rings. Answer the phone. Yo. DMX.
Yeah.
What's up, baby? We're listening to you. And I was like, oh, it's DMX listening to us on Friday night. Like,
Yeah.
like it was, and only DMX. We knew it was DMX because anytime he called, like, he would rattle the monitor speakers because his voice is so gruffy. Like, there's no other person on planet that can do that with their voice. When he called, even on your phone, if you put him on speakerphone, it muffles, it rattles your speakerphone because of his voice. So there's no way he can't go anywhere without his voice is so recognizable that. So yeah, DMX was cool. I met him a couple of times. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have come through, and rest in peace to Proof. Like, Proof was another one that was Proof was going to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the picture that I posted up on Instagram was literally the Friday before. That was the Friday before he got on the plane. That was literally that next day he got on a plane and went to Detroit, and then he got shot late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. So like this was 2007, 2006, 2007. Yeah. He would be coming up because he was with Fade and he knew Fade and he knew Sean, and the associates were big, and so he was always in town, and we always have good rapport. And he would come on, and then we let him rant. We let him rant about things and talk freely about dissing whoever he wants to diss and call out whoever he wants to call out. And he was just super appreciative, and he's just like, hey man, like, I'm gonna go to Detroit. I remember this vividly. Like, we were into a song and we potted it down, and he's just like, and it was me and Squeak and Rich. Yeah, Mad Rich. Shouts out to Mad Rich. Mad Rich is a part of that team too. He was like, listen, I love your guys' show. You already know that though, but I'm going to Detroit. I'm gonna handle some business. I already have my place here. I'm gonna handle some business and then come back, and I will be here every Friday night.
Right.
And so then I was like, all right, like cool. And he's like, yo, we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna prank call Marshall. He's like, that motherfucker never sleeps anyway. He's like, so he's gonna be up and he's gonna answer. We're gonna have all kinds of fucking fun. Proof being proof, and it's super animated. Like, and then I always had my camera with me because photography has always been a part of my life too. But we never took any pictures. So me, Rich, Poke, Squeak, Proof, we all got together and we took a picture, and that was literally, we took the picture and I was like, Proof, you got to sign the wall, because at that point in time we let people sign the wall at Power. So you got to sign the wall, and he's like, all right. So he signed the wall, and he slapped it, and he's like, I'll be back, motherfuckers, next week, watch. And he walked out the door and we never saw him again.
Oh man. Yeah, rest in peace, Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
was hard.
Yeah,
that was.
I remember that day.
We have relationships like with MCs and like with groups that I respect and all that, but like literally he was here in the city. You'd be dipping out in Maryvale. You see him like all around, like all of these concerts. Like, what is that? Proof? He's here at a concert. Yeah, he's at Marquee. Yeah, he's chilling. But yeah, so that was really, really tough because he had somebody that was here and that was repping the flag and like loved being here in Arizona, and
and would have helped taking the step. The city.
For sure. Forward. And I probably wouldn't have left to go to live if he live 115 jams if he was there. I would have stayed just because we'd be having so much fun doing Friday Night Flavors. Like I would have just stayed. Right. And our show would probably have gotten a lot of national attention because of it.
Right.
At that point in time. So.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
We can get ready for this game.
Oh shit!
I don't know what Tita's doing over there. What you doing over there?
Looking for tick-tick-tack.
Looking through that luggage you call a purse.
I know she was digging that bag for like an hour and a half. What's
Man,
going
why
on?
do women wear these big? What do you got? I
don't know. Why she brought
How
that.
much? What do you have in there? I mean, do you have
everything.
Do you have a sleepover clothes
I
in there?
have first aid kit. I have a little tool set. I have the snacks that were in this bag.
Show off your bag, Tita.
It's a pretty bag.
It's huge. Look at that.
Looks like a
survival kit.
It's a Tuesday bag.
Survival kit.
That's how it be though.
Tita got toilet paper for sale.
I'm from the country, so if anything happens, I'm prepared. That's all I know.
Say word.
And it's happened before, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephanie's was he with the rap group D12? Yeah, Proof was part of D12.
Yes.
Also had a very good solo career. Yeah. But when Marshall went on tour, when M went on tour, he would always be M's hype man.
Yeah.
On point hype man.
Yeah, for sure.
Very well.
That Garcia. I forgot what the album he dropped. That was pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, Jerry Garcia.
That's
search as Jerry Garcia. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Mrs. Aisha.
All right. So.
Oh shit.
I heard oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, we got 5 questions.
5 questions. Okay.
You get 3 out of the 5 correct.
Yeah.
We'll donate $50 to your charity of choice.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You have 3 lifelines. You may call someone.
Okay.
You may skip a question. Or you may Google the question, in which if you use Google, we'll give you 45 seconds to answer the question.
Got it.
You sure?
Right?
I got the lifeline. I'm clear on the lifelines.
All right.
Everybody looks good in the beginning, man.
Right?
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid. Do you have math questions in there?
No.
Okay. All right. Making sure.
Question 1.
Yeah, question 1.
Which Ludacris song did Kanye West produce? Is it A, Stand Up, B, Roll Out, C, Number 1 Spot, or D, BR Right?
Number 1 spot was Green. I
think I know.
Oh man.
I don't know at all, man.
Yeah. What were the first 2 again?
Stand Up or Roll Out?
Stand Up.
Stand Up is correct.
I'm listening to it. I'm like, that sounds like a sound. Yeah.
That was one that was different. Like that was a different Kanye sound that. But I do remember that. Yeah,
it's not a.
It's not.
Timberland did roll out.
It wasn't sampled.
Yeah, that's
what I'm
saying. It's not a sample.
It wasn't
he
soul sample.
Use a sample, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely. You're right. That is definitely different Kanye.
Yep.
All right.
Shouts out to David. David was helping me out.
Hey.
Question 2.
Yeah.
Who produced Crazy in Love by Beyonce?
Oh.
Is it A, Just Blaze, B, Rich Harrison, C, The Neptunes, or D, DJ Premier?
Oh, that's Rich Harrison.
Rich Harrison is correct.
Yeah. So I give, like, a lot of people don't give Rich Harrison a lot of props. Like A-Marie, Beyonce, like like that DC go-go sound. Like Rich did not get his flowers like that he was supposed to get. Like Rich should be getting all those flowers because all the A-Marie joints, like.
Crazy.
You know, he should have been a super. He's a household. To me, he's a household name, but he's not as known as it should be. Because then that DC sound, like, listen, y'all, Go-Go is it. Like if y'all don't know about Go-Go, like you gotta like that DC Go. It's you have to dance.
No, I heard a couple of songs from the DC area. She hit me onto a couple of songs from that area. And I was
listen. Go-Go will make you stop your car and get out and be like.
Because I didn't know about Go-Go. I think I heard an interview. Wale said something about it, so I made me want to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, they go in.
You know, everybody thinks of just the classic one that commercially was everybody thinks about is EU doing the butt. Like that's Go-Go. That's classic call and response.
It's something that's been going back since the 80s, right?
Wait. The Go-Go scene in DC has been super heavy. Like so.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, she hit me onto some songs. I'm like, man, y'all was.
You just gotta dance.
Some of the stuff they was listening to, but it's definitely dancing music.
Hell yeah, it gets you hype and definitely you want to dance. Yeah. Okay. So question number 3.
DC Wildin'.
Right.
Black folks. Black folks for real.
Yeah.
Question 3.
All right.
Which Jay-Z song was produced by Timberland?
Oh, come on.
This is an easy one.
There's a lot of them.
A, Can I Get Up? B, The Potion. C, Dirt Off Your Shoulders. Or D, 99 Problems.
I know it's not.
You know
Dirt Off Your Shoulders was Rick Rubin.
Yeah, Rick Rubin.
99 Problems was Rick Rubin. What were the other 3?
What?
The other 2 options.
99 Problems with Rick Rubin.
I'm not saying nothing. Don't say nothing.
I'm wrong on that.
Don't say nothing.
Hold on.
No, we're not saying.
Hold on. Yeah.
I'm not saying a word right now. Right, don't say
I might be wrong.
Oh yeah. So 99 Problems. I was just trying to think of it in my head. Oh no.
Which one is it?
I'm disappointed. I'm about to hit you another
What were the first 3? What were the first 3?
The first 2 the first 2 were Can I Get Up?
Yeah. Can I Get a
Potion?
Yeah.
Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Potion was
and 99 Problems were there.
Yeah. Can I Get
Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Dirt Off Your Shoulders. Yeah. You're right.
I got it mixed up.
Everyone's wrong.
I got it mixed up.
The answer is 99 Problems.
No.
I got it mixed up.
Rick Rubin did 99 Problems.
Yeah, it's Dirt Off Your Shoulders. I know. I watched the documentary.
It was mixed up.
What's the answer say?
It was. Yeah.
It's not. It's Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
Because that's the one he goes, you confused, huh?
Yeah. He eating that banana. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. I'm old. It's sometimes,
I can't believe you didn't know that one.
The memory just doesn't, sometimes. Hey, man, I can't be perfect all the time.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, 99 Problems with Rick Rubin. That's right. I just got them mixed up. It happens.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Who was NWA's...
Element just killed me, but go ahead.
Who was NWA's DJ who was also coming straight out of Compton?
Oh, you know this one.
Is it Ice Cube, Cat Scratch, Yella, or Ren?
DJ Yella.
DJ Yellow.
Yeah,
DJ Yella, who actually had a great successful porn career. Yeah, he did. That's fun fact. Fun fact. DJ Yella made hella money slanging porn. It was very profitable for him.
Started directing.
Absolutely. Yeah. He had his own studio, had his own company.
Wow.
Yeah, but that just goes back to black ingenuity. We make a way.
Yeah.
Make a way.
Make that money.
Yep.
All right. Next question. In the 2015 R&B single "Just Right for Me" by Monica features vocals by which rap artist? Is it A, Ice Cube, B, Lil Wayne, C, Jay-Z, or D, J. Cole?
Just right for me.
Just Right for Me.
What year was this? What year?
2015.
Wayne.
Lil Wayne is correct.
That was a good guess because I could not remember that song to save my life. That's why I asked her the year. So I asked her the year.
Good.
Yeah, I was going with that one.
Yeah.
Do not know that song.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a hit.
It could have been. Monica has a lot. She has a lot. She has a catalog of hits. Yeah, and then she's legit. I like Monica.
When Monica and Brandy was beefing. Oh, the boy is mine.
I mean, you want to call it beef? I think it's. I think it's great marketing.
Great
marketing.
Great marketing for sure.
It's a good song too.
Yeah. David like hitting them with all kinds of. All right.
Yeah, he knows.
He got all the answers up there.
Yeah. He's quick. He's like.
Wait, no, you said Ice Cube first.
He said Ice Cube first. Yeah, he gets.
Right.
That's why I had to ask
All
the
right.
year. Okay.
Last question. Who produced "Holla Back Girl" by Gwen Stefani?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it A, Kanye West, B, Timberland, C, the Neptunes, or D, Lil Jon?
Definitely not Lil. Definitely not Lil Jon. That was Pharrell and Chad, aka the Neptunes. Final answer.
It's just that it has their sound.
Yeah, they did that whole album. They did good.
So the telltale sign for any Neptunes beat is a 4-bar intro. The 4-count intro, every single song. That's their signature.
Yep.
So the question is,
Oh man.
who are we donating our $50 to?
I don't.
What shirt of your choice, company, or?
Oh man, I have to think about that. That's a really hashtag lunchbag. How about that?
Hashtag lunchbag.
Hashtag lunchbag.
Hashtag lunchbag.
Hashtag lunchbag.
Yeah, that's a fam. Shout out to Q Ward, Ramses Jaw, and everybody that does hashtag. You get that the feeding of the less fortunate is always something that is going to be high on my list.
And they do a great job.
They do.
They do an awesome job. I'm always
For sure.
making sure I share everything they do because I love what they do.
Yeah, and they've been doing it consistently.
Yeah, definitely consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent. You gave him his start though, right?
Who?
Ramses.
Ramses. I don't know if I want to say I gave him a start, but so our at Power, our internship program that was headed by Dion McBean. Our internship program at Power was breeding grounds for most of the talent that you have heard on air in the last 13 or 14 years.
Okay.
Kev's been through there. Natasha's Castle's been through there. That Girl Fell's been through there.
Wow.
Oh Jesus been through there.
Wow.
Everybody that most of the people that has been full time on the air at some point at Power came through the internship program.
Wow.
And that's why I say don't be afraid to intern. Okay. Like intern is just the foot in,
right?
Like the door is cracked open for you, and after that, if you can make something of it, get on the part time and do things, then you can elevate.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember
sure.
We were up there 98.3 talking to old Jesus, and he was telling me he went to the internship, but he didn't. It wasn't his goal to become on air.
Yeah.
He just fell in his lap.
Some people just figure it out. Yeah,
wow, that's crazy.
There's a lot of great talent that is currently on the air right now that has come through the Power 92.3 internship program. So the shouts out to Dion McBean, because he was the one that's heading that, and that's dope to say, because most cities don't have a program like that, or don't have programs that are that involved, that actually is a feeder.
That's straight up
That's
pipeline.
a feeder,
definitely.
a pipeline of talent that have gone out to go do other things at other radio stations.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was so many of them, and all of them really came from that. That's pretty awesome,
and then too, like specialty shows as well. Like, other cities, we were doing Friday Night Flavors, and literally the time I was doing Friday Night Flavors, there was 5 other underground hip hop shows that were on terrestrial radio at that time. 5. Now there is 1.
Wow.
In Hawaii. Jimmy Taco in Hawaii does an underground hip hop show terrestrialized on terrestrial radio. That plays like the Sundone joints that we played, and along the lines of Stretch and Bob and Wake Up Show, and it's so specialty shows are needed in every city. You should have an outlet for different music to be played on your radio station that for 2 hours. Shouts out to Natasha Castles for the Roosevelt tape. That's awesome. That is awesome. You get to hear some dope stuff from artists that would never get any regular rotation for 2 hours, and it's cool. It doesn't affect the radio station. It gives the radio station good vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tita and Aisha, y'all want to tell us our sponsors?
Oh, read them off.
Can we read them, Tita, for them?
Yeah.
I ain't got my
All right.
glasses. They broke.
We're not going to talk about that.
No.
I broke my glasses.
Stressful
All right.
week, I understand.
Our top sponsor is www.waywardkid.com, your site for all your entertainment, news, sports, and lifestyle trends. We also have the Wayward Kid Foundation for all your editing program classes. Then we have Kiwi Juice Bar with all natural smoothies, sports nutrition supplements, fresh pressed juices, gourmet coffee and tea, protein bars, healthy snacks, and nutrition education. But we also can't forget their all vegan menu.
Oh, that burger.
Hey now.
That burger was
Burger.
fire.
Hey now.
Make me want to drive out
Hey,
there just
we
to
need
get
another one of those.
Hey now.
Kiwi Juice Bar.
Kiwi Juice.
And
Yeah,
then last but not
bring
least,
them in here.
Yeah,
Ms.
we need
Joanne
to.
Muhammad, our top donator. And I think that's all right.
Go ahead, Miss
And
Muhammad.
shout out to Icon Radio and SDTV.
Tell them who to vote for.
And don't forget Tom Shea.
No.
Oh,
Brother Tim.
I said Tom last week. We gonna call him Tom. So.
Listen, he about to come up in here and have some words with y'all. You about to have a round table discussion on this piece.
Tim
That's like the
Shea.
second or third time somebody said
What's his name?
Shea.
All right,
Tim
brother.
C.
Tim C.
Tim C
Is
from
he?
there.
Yes,
Okay.
Tim C.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've been calling him Shay for like 2 weeks.
Vote for
That's
Tim C for mayor of Phoenix.
Listen,
Time
y'all.
is now.
Yeah, listen, y'all. He
your
about to
change.
come in here
Right.
and it's like we need to reevaluate how this is working.
Tim C for mayor.
Tim C for mayor, y'all.
Tim
it.
C.
It looks like it's spelled like Shay. So
Hey,
He has the May 7th is the virtual
Okay.
when they get
Town hall?
The town hall where you can
Where it's gonna
sign
go
up.
ahead
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Hear his policies. Hear his agenda.
he had a town hall the other day that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we shared that. Definitely did. So
I have to
check him out.
Hey
See what
man,
it's
like
about, and,
this because this is the important stuff right here.
Yes.
The local level elections and who you vote in as your alderman or your statesman or your mayor or your
Definitely.
senate, like not your senate but your local, your mayor and your congress, like that. These are the ones that are important. Like listen, we know what's happening with the national vote. Getting the right people in the local level will make all the national stuff go away.
Definitely.
Yep.
So
Gotta
get out
start
and
somewhere.
vote. Yeah, get out and put the right people in locally in
Definitely.
every city.
And, he
And I
does-
trust you that nationally it will get better.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Listen.
You listen. Did you register to vote yet? Okay.
your vote is your
Yeah,
vote.
Tim C is
Yeah,
All you
definitely
gotta
going
do
to
is
be coming in
if
here.
you just
Yeah.
scan that right there, you get registered.
The QR code.
Look at
I'm like,
that. We telling other people to do stuff. You haven't done it yet.
oh no.
Uh-oh.
They're like, when did they become put me on blast? When did this become put me on blast?
We don't get into word on the street
When
news.
you're supposed to vote, I'll go vote.
I'm already registered.
You gotta register.
I'm registered.
Go vote.
Shot, you need to put the shots fired. You need to put the shots fired there. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I love you, girl.
Elements like y'all should have me play a set after this interview. No. It's too early in the morning. I'm just kidding.
It is.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Tita called bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my country folk came out. It's
Quick.
Yeah. Shouts to DJ Element. He was a part of our crew
yeah.
too. Like we had a great, just time of crew and bonding over Friday Night Flavors, and then Rhyme and Reason DJ Element was a big part of that. Of course, he's a AZ legend when it comes to this DJ thing.
That's
So
true.
And M2 as well. M2 being a part of the team, like we've had really dope people come through and be part of this journey with us to get the dopest underground hip hop on the air.
Most definitely. Shout out to DJ Element.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I got some horn right here.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah, and that's my partner. That's my partner in Soul Shades. We're trying to get that work back up and get that moving. Soul Shades is extension of the R&B side and the soul side of us as fans of just music in general.
That's dope.
We started it in 2006, and we were on SoundCloud really heavy before they took us down. We had 3 strikes and they took us down.
Man.
Copyright Police, Copyright Police
they
came for us, and so we're just trying to find ways and really trying to get all the DJs that are like-minded in us that play wavy stuff outside of whatever else they play. To bring in sets, because as you see right now in this quarantine, the power of the DJ.
Yeah.
Playlisting, great. You can have a great playlist, put great songs on a playlist, and there you can't duplicate the feel of what a DJ does in a set. You can't do what D Nice does on a playlist.
No,
you can't. The playlist does not sound the same. It doesn't evoke the same emotion. So, we're trying to get back in rebooting the Rhyme and Reason.
Presidents listening to his mix.
Right.
All the presidents,
Man.
Biden, Bernie, everybody checking it. It became like a PR.
Really,
you have to go in and
that was
say what's up.
Insane, dog.
Yeah.
That was the first one to go actually.
Yeah, that was one. That was.
Yeah, he got 100,000 people that day. He actually was like 145,000 people.
Right,
You're
man.
DJing to. Like that's
That's
State
insane,
Farm.
man.
That's
That's
a couple of
insane.
State Farm stadiums.
Right. That's insane.
I know we're all the quarantine's going on, but are you when we get back on deck, are you still gonna be over at the Bar Smith or?
Yeah, we'll do Bar Smith on Wednesday nights. The Hop will be there Wednesday nights, and then I'll be DJing at least a couple nights a month at the Cambria Hotel on the rooftop. And when that gets back in order and back in session.
Rooftop party, yeah, we got
rooftop vibes. Rooftop vibes. Come
Get my
catch.
bikini briefs on.
I mean, it's at nighttime, so that's good. We don't have to watch the bikini briefs in the daytime. We'll let you.
We'll get some word for the news right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the Hop will be back Wednesday nights at Bar Smith. Shouts out to Sean, Sinbad, and Pete, and Ramses Shaw, and everybody.
Most definitely. We have NCAA is moving towards allowing students, athletes to get paid for endorsements.
About time.
But I think they're going to try to take a piece of the endorsement.
Of course they are.
But they said that they can't say anything about the school or anything. So if they can't say anything about the school, then y'all can't take any of the money.
NCAA playing
man.
games.
I know they shady.
So, but that's good that hopefully they bring that. What's that? NBA college basketball back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
man.
that thing.
NCAA college back.
Yeah.
Man, I was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
were.
hopefully that brings it back.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, there's no way that students should not be paid.
Yeah, they should have.
When you have football programs that are, netting billions of dollars.
should have been
Right.
done years ago.
Yeah, a long time
Throwing
ago.
players away, destroying these, and they, it's crazy, man.
It should be treated as a job.
Yeah.
We have a Florida man who was found with guns. Then told police they belong to John Wick.
Stop. In Florida? No way. Please. In Florida? Really? In Florida? I'm so surprised. That never happens in Florida.
They belong to John Wick. Oh, I'm sorry on that one. My bad, y'all.
John Wick is in Florida?
He said they belong.
It's not mine, man.
Yeah, the Kentucky governor apologizes after accusing a man named Tupac Shakur of I'm sorry. I can't even hold it in no more. These people are crazy, man.
Yeah, I saw that apology. That was quite funny.
Apologizes for accusing a man named Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, real life
unemployment fraud.
Yeah,
I'm not understanding. I still don't get that.
so
he just came out and said some dude named Tupac.
he got denied unemployment because they thought he was being a fake. They thought he thought like he was a rapper Tupac, and they had to apologize publicly to that man.
It's like, dude,
yeah,
that's my name, bro.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
My mama fucked me up.
For life.
Oh my goodness.
That's what we do.
Check everywhere I go.
That's what black moms do, man.
Yeah, then you have no name your kid Tupac.
Is it
I
a
don't
white
know.
dude named
I didn't
Tupac
see his
Shakur?
picture. I didn't even look at his picture.
I didn't even look at his. He is. It is. Oh man, that's
it's not.
I didn't look at it. We had Texas mayor breaks her own stay-at-home order. Got caught inside a nail salon.
Wow.
Forced to apologize.
Gotta get your hair done, man.
Now the Texas governor is trying to open up Texas for that after she got caught.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun and games. Beyonce was on the remix of Savage. A remix with what's her name?
Meg Thee
Stallion.
Meg Thee
Yeah,
Stallion.
she spin those hot bars.
They said she trashed her.
No, I mean, yeah, she stomped Beyonce. I want to hear a rap.
But it's
album.
not like it's difficult to trash Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, she does not
you
have
be
bars at all.
It ain't hard to catch either, 'cause
Oh, y'all be
She don't
disrespecting.
Wow, shots fired. She don't even be writing her stuff, right?
Oh, y'all disrespecting. What is going on? Let me just see my feet right here.
Yeah, those shots are fired, bro. I like Meg Thee Stallion. She all right.
Nah, man.
For what it is, it's all right.
Right, I get it.
Nah, I don't like Megan.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean,
like Megan.
it's for what it is, and I know what that is. It's all right.
I'm good on the stripper rap, man.
Yeah, you tired of it?
I'm just good.
It's played out.
Yeah, but since Beyonce has said a line about OnlyFans, OnlyFans sees a 15% spike in traffic after she spit that bar.
Now, this
And you best believe that they OnlyFans cut that check.
They did something.
what is
Of course.
OnlyFans? Is that's where the
I have no idea what.
I have no idea what
That's
OnlyFans
me.
is.
All I'm gonna
I
say,
don't
we
know.
don't know
what is it at the
don't know.
app where you could take care of a girl? Like
I don't know what you're
online?
talking about.
Yeah, okay.
What are you saying?
That's what I thought.
What are you saying? I have no idea what your OnlyFans account is like. OnlyFans? I have never heard of it
You know
before.
what OnlyFans is?
Ever.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
not gonna
about.
get in
I
trouble.
know
when
Tita
get
haven't
one.
heard of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You heard of it, haven't you?
That was the word on the street news.
You haven't either?
No.
Wow. We got
We
some
all
good
pleading the
ladies.
fifth right here, y'all.
But now I'm gonna go home and look it up.
Yeah, definitely.
You better
Maybe
not
download the app.
mess you up.
Definitely.
You
Oh,
may find somebody on there that you know.
Right.
There was, I heard somebody was telling me about that.
Right.
There is someone
In the city?
that we in this city
What?
that is on there. But
Hey
so-
man, there's
so
a
what's
lot of
going
people.
on?
There's a lot of people in this city that are on there. Like, don't be trying to single out just one person. There's a lot of people in this city that are on OnlyFans and have been on OnlyFans for
I
a
know.
long time.
and they're getting money. They're getting money too.
Yeah, man, you can't knock the hustle.
Yeah, I gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Did we find a quote for this week?
Oh,
That's what I'm
what's
looking
that
at
quote?
right now.
Oh, is he on your
Tita,
Tita, on her
No,
job.
you
What's going on here?
Your homework.
no homework done at all.
Her quote today is that's bullshit.
That's bull. This some bullshit.
Quote of the day.
Hey, that's gonna be your clip of the week.
There you
That's gonna be on
go.
your clip. That's gonna be on your clip.
This some bullshit right here.
Oh man, I think I gave you a quote this week too. You didn't write it down.
Whoa.
I'll write it down.
I gave her a dope clip. What I tell you?
Well,
Do you have it?
I don't know. Did I post it?
What we talking about?
yeah. What we talking about?
Her quote of the week.
We ain't even talked this week, so me and Tita, we both in the garbage can.
Oh,
Wow.
come on.
You know.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
The sisters
well,
are being social today.
We did have to leave town for
Yeah.
a day, so
Yeah.
Can you use
And I was
that
sitting at home
as-
sleeping.
I'll let you use that for an excuse this week.
All right, we go to the
This-
to the main perspective.
Going into the lean perspective.
We just skip y'all out.
All right.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Nah.
We'll talk about a couple things that's happening in the city, man. Unfortunately, we have a lot of crazy things still going on, even though people supposed to be in the house.
Yeah.
You know, we still got people shooting up stuff. We had a shooting Monday morning, last Monday. What was it? Was it Monday? with the pellet gun, and the guy was.
Oh yeah. It was Monday. Yeah.
The guy had to chase him down and everything, and they killed someone with a pellet gun playing around. I don't know if they was playing or what they was doing, but it was a bad decision.
I saw an article that said that their intention was to go out looking for homeless people to kill.
You know what?
How you gonna kill someone with a pellet gun though? That's what I'm still trying to figure it out.
How far away and how fast.
But no one would grab a pellet gun and say,
"Was it a pellet gun?"
Yeah,
it was a pellet gun.
It was a pellet
I thought it was a real gun.
Because actually I'm not. What's that podcast?
The Actual Factual. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that was the craziest
story
video.
Came out the other day. It was a pellet gun.
Oh man,
it was a pellet gun.
Listen, that still hurts.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
I didn't think you would kill somebody though with one.
Hit you in the right spot.
One person, injured a couple.
Yeah.
Actually, Actual Factual. They were live doing their podcast, and dude was getting basically almost got robbed, and
that's
kids. So
he tried to carjack him.
Yeah.
So another situation: 3 Phoenix men have been arrested and charged with an aggravated assault of a man in his home. Ali Hassan, Kevin Hassan, I guess they're cousins or brothers. Taylor Turn entered the residence of a man and his wife, who was the mother of Ali's children. 2 men had stopped by to drop off the children, but barged into the home and saw her husband through the door, and they ended up escalating and beating the man and stabbed him at least 10 times. Wow. So all 3 of them are under arrest and granted one of them was granted $35,000 bail, and which face preliminary hearings in May. So instead of people chilling out, man, things are still going crazy in Phoenix. You know, we have Miami didn't have a
for 7 weeks.
So we not looking
no
like
crime.
that. So actor Sean Penn has had in his disaster relief organization Core Response has visited the Navajo Nation in Arizona to assist them with providing supplies and testing to the area, which has seen an increase in COVID-19 cases in the recent weeks. According to a tweet from the Navajo Nation, a big thank you to actor Sean Penn and his organization Core Response coming to Nazolini, Arizona today to collaborate and help the Navajo people with resources to increase testing and help the fight for COVID-19. So I think that's pretty dope that Sean Penn was helping them out. You know you know how they do the other people on the reservations, man.
Wasn't that Sean Penn's the one that snitched on what's his name from Mexico?
Sean, he snitched on him.
Was it not Castro?
Chapo.
Chapo. He snitched on Chapo.
Oh, Snot did he? Sean Penn?
I don't think it was.
Was it Sean Penn?
Sean Penn was a part of that.
Really?
Was part of that, but
on
not.
Chapo, man.
Yeah, but yeah. That's a long stay. Yeah, that's a story.
Right.
They made a documentary about that.
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty crazy. A Mesa police sergeant has died after he was shot and killed during a domestic incident.
I think that's one.
Yeah, I mean, he had spent I don't remember how many years out here ducking
like
bullets
20
from criminals and go home, retire, and get shot by his wife.
Goodness gracious!
No.
Yeah, his wife killed him. They said they was binge drinking, and she shot him up. So
no
this
alcohol,
is crazy, man. It's his whole life he been dealing with criminals.
Binge drinking.
And who the one that kill you? Your wife.
Binge drinking.
Yeah, they were binge
They was
drinking.
going in.
Yeah.
There's some other shit. The alcohol just
I think
brought
They
it
got
out.
to argue.
The alcohol brought it out. The alcohol brought it out. But there's some other shit.
Yeah, man. That's
Just
crazy.
She was like, "Man, I'm tired of looking at your motherfucking man."
Yeah, the COVID probably ain't helping the situations right now.
No, but people who have rocky relationships, this is not great times.
It's not a good time.
This is not good times when you got to be with that person face to face for all this time. Yeah.
Yeah. As Mike Terrell said, they can't cheat.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't side the side
Can't cheat
hoes
right
and
now,
the side chicks and the side dudes. Yeah, they're on quarantine.
Everything's on hold.
Everything's on hold.
So LeBron, he teases his new Space Jam logo.
Yeah.
Which is coming. His Space Jam movie should be coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, so that should be pretty interesting. People should get pretty hyped for that. I saw a lot of tweets about it. I thought was hilarious. one where they said LeBron will make it to the finals and lose to the Monsters.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Interesting.
Dang.
I'm not saying I'm going to watch that, but I mean, it should be interesting.
The new title of it, Space Jam.
Yeah, was it Space Jam the new saga or something like that?
He said he trading teams.
Space
He
Jam.
gonna join with the Monsters. What he gonna do?
Nah, Kevin Durant's gonna be on the Monster Squad.
Yeah, we can't win, Bugs. We can't do it, man. I can't do it with y'all, man.
Katie's like, I got you, Bugs. I got you. I'm gonna go on the Monster Star. I'm gonna go on the Monster Squad.
That's cold. That is cold.
So, a couple of players, Nick Young and JaVale McGee, they almost hit each other on the highway. I thought it was pretty funny. This two of the most continuous Shaq and the Fool players, contestants. They almost hit each other on the road. He said Nick Young said he was about to cuss him out and roll down the windows. It's JaVale McGee.
Oh man, and all the people,
right? Out of all the people,
Swaggy Pete. So they're crazy. So yeah, and also I want to say LeBron is putting together an all-star event to honor and celebrate the high school class of 2020, which has had its graduation scene upended by the coronavirus. The LeBron James Family Foundation, XQ Institute, and the Entertainment Industry Foundation on Wednesday announced that the 1-hour special Graduate Together, America Honors the High School Class of 2020 will air simultaneously on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox on May 16th. So that's pretty dope that LeBron's doing that for the kids, man. Yeah. And I always love what he's doing off court, man. He's does a lot for he's definitely a leader, man.
Yep.
Just not on the court.
Oh. No, not on the court at all, man.
Shots fired, man. Easy. He is a Laker now. Easy. Man. He is a Laker now. Easy. On this conversation. Easy.
Shots fired in every direction today.
So many, man. What's going on? Hope y'all got your bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the lead perspective for this week, man. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, boss, I appreciate you coming in, boss. Man.
Oh man, thanks for having me, man.
Hope you had a good time.
Man. Oh no, this is great. This is dope. Yeah, even in quarantine time, this is fun. This is fun.
We had a little couple things behind, when we first started the podcast. We had a little fix a couple things behind the scenes.
Oh, it's all good.
Hope it didn't distract nothing. But I appreciate you coming. Tell me where
man, we appreciate you.
Tell me where they can follow you at or.
So on all social media at Mattlocks, MATTLOCKS. That's you can find me on everything on that, and then I have SoundCloud and all that stuff. But I promote it on my socials, and so yeah, Mattlocks, Mattlocks on everything.
I have a question.
Oh, question.
Mattlocks.
Yes.
I mean.
How did I get my name?
Yes, okay. Yes. Because to me, that sounds like the old back in the day show.
The old lawyer, but who wears the same suit every day.
So funny you say that. So when I came up to Friday Night Favors when the Fab Five was doing it, they all had Chino and Lil Sean and Squeak Boog and Robbie Brown. They all had their names, right? I didn't have a name. So they were like, no, if you're going to be part of the show, you got to have that. You got to have a name.
Right.
So this is the time I had dreads. I had dreads for like 10 years.
Wow.
So Fade, who would come up on the show from time to time, he was like, one day we're all in there just shooting the shit and laughing. He's like, I think I got a name for you. He's like, you know a lot about hip hop and music. You're like that lawyer Matlock on television, like he just knows everything about everything, but you know it about hip hop and you got dreads, so we'll just call you Mattlocks. And then everybody in the room was like, I remember Chino going, that's it. And then after and it's stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck. And that's how I got my name. Mattlocks. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's dope,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Because that was automatically the first thing I was
exactly.
like, Mattlocks is this nigga.
That's right.
Did he really just is his name really?
I know a little about a lot.
What's dude? That's the same dude who did
as Andy Griffith.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I know a little bit about a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I had dreads. like until 2002. Like from 94 to 2002.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
when it wasn't really a big thing.
No, now it wasn't. Yeah, now it's a thing. Yeah.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Well, I mean, men more so than women.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they went from everybody started bringing braids back, and then from the braids coming back, and went to the dreads. And,
yeah, and then I cut them off. Yeah, I cut them off, and then all the girls were like, "Oh, you look so good." And I didn't like you with dreads. What the fuck? We didn't say something earlier.
It's a done deal now.
Trying to get my now I know. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I think
Trying to get my game up.
man.
For sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Y'all, follow us on Spotify, DanYo&Tita podcast.
Yeah, man.
Follow us on the YouTube, DanYo&Tita.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe. Stop playing and drop them likes.
Please.
On DanYo&Tita podcast Facebook page.
Yeah, man. We almost
Stop
there.
playing.
Man.
We almost at 1,200 likes.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Balling.
That's good. Hey, consistency. Gotta get that consistency. Keep grinding. Keep doing.
This is episode 43.
43. And we got like
9 episodes.
3 episodes to go
All right.
before we hit our 1 year.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Yep.
That's good.
See what we're gonna do about that.
Yeah, man.
If y'all have any suggestions what we should do, let us know.
Yeah.
We should do it on location.
Lingerie party.
Location. Live. You gotta do it live
We gonna
somewhere.
get arrested.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that because Tita want to be naked. So that's
It's the DanYo&Tita podcast.
Success. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but